Deepfake technology has been like a gray area for celebrities and both the tech world recently. While the technology was initially used to showcase AI's awesome capabilities of doing things beyond our belief by literally transforming people's faces into other people's faces, this can also cause very, very big problems. Not only in media and fake media, which a lot of people seem to be doing, but also the problem that I'm going to be talking about today. You might have heard of it maybe a month ago now, maybe a little longer. A streamer by the name of Atrayok, I'm just going to call him Brandon, has done something really, really shitty. He looked at deepfake adult sites, which is bad already. I mean, that's bad. But when you consider the fact that he's a Twitch person and also looking at other Twitch streamers, not only does it make it weird, it just makes it wrong. So I would like to break down this video into 4 quick parts. I know that this isn't like my usual videos where I just scream at someone and then say you have no neck, but like I said, we're going to be taking a look at Brandon. So the video starts off with the problem, the apology, the aftermath, and then the solution. So when it comes to Brandon specifically, I think the problem that happened is that a lot of female celebrities, both A-list and also internet celebrities, without their consent or even knowledge, in many cases have their likenesses used to endorse or to be in things that they don't even want. Specifically, a lot of female figures have had their, faces put up on adult websites without their consent or knowledge again. And this causes a very gray area in the media. See, I've looked at the stuff. I thought maybe there would be some hard and fast rules, but it turns out the boomer-ass police don't actually have any laws set against it, which makes things really, really hard to pin down or to say this is the person to blame. And the reason I'm talking about Brandon or Atrayok, as he'd like to be called on Twitch, is because he's the prime example of someone who's endorsing this content and actually doing it. Because the thing that I forgot to mention is that he paid for the content. It's one thing to like open a browser tab and be like, oh, titties. It's another thing to pay for it. You know that there's a problem. If someone offers you free alcohol and you're like, okay, doesn't mean you have a problem. But if you go to a liquor shop and it's 10:45 a.m. and you say, give me that hard liquor, you're addicted, maybe. I also find it really, really interesting, maybe just ironic, that at the time he was doing this, he was streaming a game called Hitman, in which you are a bald man who hides bodies discreetly. Your whole job is to be discreet. Meanwhile, on his other tab, he had like 100 tabs of porn opened. This is where things get interesting. He was found out to have been watching that after people took screenshots and posted it on Reddit. They then found out that it was a premium site and that he paid for it, leaving him to do nothing else but apologize. We're going to take a look at the apology and break it down because it was about 10 minutes. I was really, really worried when I watched the apology because a lot of people seemed to just come to his side. And then I also realized that he had turned off comments. And when anyone turns off comments, they're sort of silencing you. I thought that maybe it was just on all his streams, but I went on to another stream and I was greeted with the absolute worst song in humanity, which goes something like this.
The show is just about to start, yeah. You're just in time for it, chat is never taught it. I know it's rare to see we
Can you imagine if he started that with like, yeah, we're getting started? Anyway, I'm really sorry for watching that deepfake porn. I don't know what went through my head. Please subscribe. Can you imagine if this was the start? It's not. I wish it was.
I'm not trying to get hearts or anything. I'm gonna talk about it.
So Brandon took a page from the book of YouTube apologies where he starts off sad and basically condemns everything he did after doing it. It would be like a thief who stabs you, then being like, oh, I do not condone violence. He also has a girlfriend and she has to, bear this, but she's also in the video. And I don't know if this was like some power move for Brandon to do where he brought his girlfriend up and then she tried to save him and tried to soften the blow. But I mean, these two are trying to rationalize what they've done. Mostly him.
If you say something way over the line, I ask the mods to stop it, but I'm not like trying to hide anything, or I'm gonna talk about it all.
Well, you are trying to hide something because people can't actually say words. Everyone in the chat cannot comment. They can only write emojis. And that is restrictive in itself. Anytime you're like censoring media and getting people not to say certain things, every Twitch person has mods. If you were worried about certain words, you could have just got your mods to be on that day, but he chose not to. So to me, that's a sign of guilt. I'm just saying.
Please don't get to any subs. That's gonna make people angrier and stranger, to be honest.
I don't know if you can see the side as well, because he was crying and being vulnerable. People started gifting him subs. For anybody who's not on Twitch or doesn't know what that is, that's basically like giving him money, being like, oh, Brandon, buy another subscription, brother. He then says, please don't do it, which is a classic way. I mean, I don't know if I can blame him, but it's classic reverse psychology here. Guys, that's too much. That's too much. And then more people donate, being like, it's more, Brandon. So he got plenty of subs that day with his apology. I'm sure a lot of people were watching because they wanted to know what his thoughts were on what he just did. I'm sorry, just 2 more minutes. Riveting stream, Brandon. I can see why people like your content.
Everyone here probably knows what's going on.
Can you imagine the people who don't? Like, Brandon, what's up? Why are you crying, bro? What's that song? Baby started. You know that one where you sound like a whale? Woo! Why can't I comment? Why is your wife there? What the hell's going on?
I looked at a deepfake porn video of streamers. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is now, but like at the time, you made a very conscious decision to not find it disgusting. Like, I've seen a disgusting thing. I went on Instagram, I'm squeamish. I saw somebody getting like, wrecked, and I instantly went, nope, because I made the conscious decision not to be part of that. I didn't say it's disgusting and then grab the popcorn like Michael Jackson from Thriller and start watching. Easy to say in hindsight is what I'm saying.
Sorry, I didn't sleep all night. So I already feel I'm deeply fucking embarrassed about this. I'm deeply fucking, I'm embarrassed. I'm angry at myself. Before I go into the apology.
I mean, oh, okay. I kind of wish people who were sincere owned up before then saying how they felt. As I've learned, if you really do want to come off sincere enough, it starts with the apology, then how I feel. Because if you just tell people how you feel, you sort of soften the blow, and then you're like, but I am sorry. I'm really, really sad, but I'm also sorry. And people are like, oh, it's okay, Brandon. Oh, you keep watching that.
It's only because I was torturing myself reading fucking LSF comments that made me feel sick to my stomach, and they're way too far.
LSF comment. Live stream fail comments. Oh, please don't. Okay, this is a live stream fail right here. Yeah, no, so he didn't like the comments, so I guess he disabled him. Yeah, I mean, if people didn't like what your actions are, they should be able to disable you, but they couldn't. You still managed to do that without people consenting, so it's kind of fucked up that you can do this, but they can't.
I don't know if I should include this or not, but I have the receipt thing right here. It's from the exact same day that fucking clip is from. All right, there's no pattern of behavior. It was this one video on the same day, and I just stupidly left the fucking tab open. Okay,
so then Brandon says, I just got a subscription just today. I'm not really sure if Brandon even understands the implication of that. Being like, well, I just got it today. If you guys didn't find out, it would have then been an ongoing thing for my life. Like, you can't sit here and be like, I just got it for one day. Nobody gets a one-day subscription. My friend, that's a trial. You were really looking for at least 30 days. Let's just be clear here. I would assume anybody who buys a porn membership uses it frequently. So, I'm sorry, Brandon. I just don't believe that.
But I want people to know that, because the thing that hurt me the most is like...
Hurt you the most? God damn, I thought this was an apology for other people. Why are you gonna blame people for you being hurt? What? Damn, what have apologies come to nowadays? They used to be about other people. Now the apology is about me. Me, Brandon, meme.
I've done a lot on the stream to create a pattern of behavior where I really want... especially women on Twitch to feel safer. Like, we call fucking booba spam cringe. We don't do that there. I've never done anything like that on the stream.
What the sad part is, whatever the hell that is, I don't know who he threw under the bus there, but someone, making those jokes or whatever could be vile. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it's not. I'm not watching deepfake porn of some other people on the same platform as you, which you should be keeping safe. I'm just saying, that's worse. And yes, Brandon's saying that he's created this whole system where he's been respectful. All it takes is one, Brandon. You can't be like, oh, I murdered one person, why everybody mad at me? I create a very safe eco-space. I always play a policeman on my YouTube videos. I kill one person and people get mad. Brandon, it takes one. You're out the game, baby.
I've been reading so much fucking AI stuff. I'm reading all this fucking stuff about AI and deepfake music, deepfake art and everything, and I'm in these fucking discords.
Yeah, me too, Brandon, but I've discovered chatbot, not fucking chat roulette or whatever the hell you are on. I mean, I read up on AI stuff all the time. It leads me to more productive stuff. I don't know how you went down the wrong place. What path did you go down, my friend?
I just feel so embarrassing to admit. But I was on fucking Pornhub and there was an ad. There's an ad on every fucking video for this fucking... So I know other people must be clicking it for fucking deepfake thing, and then I click it.
You clicked it? Oh my god. Maybe you are as stupid as I thought. Why would you click those ads? What? Are you the type of person to be like, local singles in my area? My wife isn't home. I guess I'm single for the night. Why would you click on it? Brandon seems like the type of person to go on a website and it says free donuts, and then he clicks on it and then it sees his computer. I don't even think that's true. I just think this dude is trying to make up the stupidest lie. But my god, either way, it's stupid.
I don't know. I got morbidly curious and I clicked something, and I it's just fucking, it's gross.
Yeah, how'd you pay for it then? This story doesn't include the fact you paid for things. So, you know, in this story, if you clicked on something, you'd be like, oh man, streamers I know, click off. But you were like, oh man, streamers I know. Honey, get my card. Oh, she's not here. I'm gonna get my card.
I'm sorry. I'm just fucking sorry. I don't support this stuff. I don't believe this stuff.
No, actually, you literally supported it by paying for it. This is the problem, is that your words have nothing to do with your actions. If you didn't actually support it, then it'd be a bit more of a case to be like, yeah, no harm, no foul. You literally endorsed these people by being like, here's some money, do more of it. And that's a way to incentivize them to be like, well, here's a customer. I'm gonna do more of it.
And I don't know. I'm just the most fucking vanilla... It's just too much information, but I'm the most fucking vanilla guy.
Okay, vanilla guy. I just want to, again, make sure everyone watching knows that if you weren't caught, you'd still very likely be doing this because of your subscription. Lest we forget, there is such a thing as regular porn where the actors and actresses and whoever else consent to people seeing that and are okay with it, which is different to deepfakes, where the people there are often not aware and probably very likely wouldn't consent. In fact, there are some streamers, which I'll talk about later, who actually pay money to have their content removed because they get people to search for the content like this, just so that it's not on the internet.
I'm sorry. I really fucking am. I don't know if you have any, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's just deeply upsetting.
Deep is not the word you should be using at this point, but okay.
You know, he's pretty transparent with everything, keeping all his tabs open all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the part that you should be like, Brandon always keeps his tabs open. That's the problem, is that Brandon always keeps his tabs open. That's not being transparent, that's being stupid. I'm sorry to say it, but your husband could be stupid. You should get that checked out.
Brandon always clicks through paywalls, so that wasn't kind of like an obstacle for him.
What a weird thing to say. Brandon always clicks through paywalls. What are you talking about? Oh, that's just something he does. That's not a character trait. If you even offer me a paywall, I will kick that paywall in the face. I don't like it. You could have treasure behind there. I'm not paying 99 cents. That's a conscious decision. I don't like... I just, you know, I always click through paywalls. What are you gonna do? I just owe 7,000 companies money because I always click through them. That's not a trait. That's an excuse.
I got this fucking screenshot here that shows that the fucking charge is from the 26th, which is the day the clip is from. I'm ashamed. I really am fucking ashamed.
Well, how do you think the victims feel? If you feel this bad, let me just question, Brandon. How do you think the people that you've affected feel? That now have to share this platform with you, knowing that if people didn't see this, you would have been doing this the whole time, knowing that information. How does it feel when females on this platform or social media entertainment are not safe because of the way they look?
I just hate that that's going to be even associated with me, because I don't believe in it. I don't stand for it. I think it's fucking wrong. There's no excuse. I really am sorry.
So with that amazing and just very, very literate, fantastic apology out the way, you could see that Brandon was, I would say, trying to save his own ass. Most of the apology was about how he feels. Almost nothing contributed to the victims, or saying like, I can't imagine, or I've seen how this affects them. Really, just, it kind of shows how a lot of people here are just pretty egocentric. But let's get on to the aftermath now. And a few of the people in the deepfakes had talked about suing Brandon, but I don't think there's any lawsuit that actually holds weight, especially in America. Now, there are articles that say in the next year or so, the UK will start banning this. I was sort of curious as to see how they would moderate it, but I will get to that with the solution after this. We just need to understand that a lot of female streamers are now having to deal with the extra issue of not just streaming, but then having people search for their content. I think it was Pokimane, I think it was her, who has a team of people that she pays every month to scour the internet to search for things like this to delete it. And you shouldn't actually have to do that. That should be stuff that gets allocated to you. That should, I mean, ideally, you shouldn't have to do it because nobody puts it up, but we don't live in an ideal world. So what should happen is these services or these things should be put in place to protect people that stream. I mean, it might happen to guys too. It could. Maybe there's a very handsome dudes out there. I don't know. But especially for girls, I know that this now becomes like this huge issue, and you don't want to just do something like put your face on a platform like YouTube or Twitch or TikTok and then have it be put somewhere else in a different context without your knowledge. That's a way that ruins your image. It ruins your mental health. It's got a lot of downsides to it, and you don't even know it's happening half the time. As unethical as these things are, once they know that people like Brandon, sorry to use him as an example, will pay for it, then they see that there's a market for it and they start doing it, regardless of ethics. If people are willing to pay, it becomes more of consumerism thing. And when anything's in demand, there's a supply for it. So we have to ask ourselves, how can we stop the demand for it? And if we can't do that, how can we stop the supply for it? Like, I found some articles on MIT Technology Review, and one says deepfake porn is ruining women's lives. Now the law may finally ban it. And it goes through these articles of women and people who have been like just doing their job or being online and then having their faces put up on places that they didn't know, and it ruined a lot of people's images and feelings about themselves. And you know, if you ask me, I would liken it to revenge plea, and that's illegal. I'm almost certain that's, you know, something that needed to be regulated and stuff. And this seems like it's in the same category. So ideally, we should be looking at this in the same light and how detrimental it is to someone. So just quickly from the article, research conducted in 2018 by fraud detection company Sensity AI unearthed that shockingly over 90% of all deepfakes online are non-consensual P clips targeting women, a figure which doesn't appear to have reversed. So in the UK, laws are being governed to sort of protect people, but as usual, the question is, what exactly are these laws and how can you possibly do this? Which leads to the solution. I had to do a little digging, but I found a piece that's honestly probably a game changer, and I'll take a look at it with you now, because if this is put into place, I think in the future we might be a lot safer with not just this, but like media in general.
These days, deepfakes are becoming so realistic that experts worry about what they'll do to news and democracy. Eric Horvitz is Microsoft's chief scientific officer and the co-creator of the email spam filter.
So the dude who created spam, not the canned food, the spam filter was like, bruh, we got another problem we need to solve. This guy's a legend. He solved all these people from my motherland trying to scam me.
Hello, your computer has virus.
And now he's solving people trying to put my face up on the porno. My dude.
Within 5 or 10 years, if we don't have this technology, most of what people will be seeing, or quite
Oh my god, this guy looks like an AI. How do they get everyone? I know this has nothing to do with the video, but how do they get people who always look like robots to do the news on local stations? They always get the scariest looking people, and they're like, well, that's a face that I can trust. Honestly, I wouldn't trust that with a penny. This guy looks like he would do crazy things if I left the room. I don't know, man.
Dana Rao is Adobe's chief counsel and chief trust officer.
Why not just have your genius engineers develop some software program that can analyze a video and go, beep, that's a fake?
He does ask the right questions though. So he goes to the head of Adobe and he asks them, why don't we create software that is able to stop deepfakes from being put into place? And essentially what the answer is that every time new technology is created, that technology that's already been there furthers in development. So you constantly have a evolving battle, and you can't actually keep up with it. Every time you make something new, they make something new. And there's always going to be people to create like new systems of getting things to people, even if it's unethical.
My fellow Americans,
Both companies concluded that trying to distinguish real videos from phony ones would be a never-ending arms race.
It's really, really hard when the fake video of Donald Trump looks so much more real than the real video. At this point, I have to go and look for the fake video and be like, wow, that's real. He's saying some of the craziest stuff I ever heard. It must be him.
Hillary's calling back. Everyone shut up.
What is it, Trump?
Did you grief my fucking Minecraft house?
This is how crazy technology is at this point.
This technology will prove that something's for real.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Eventually, Microsoft and Adobe joined forces and designed a new feature called Content Credentials.
So content credentials is the thing that is probably going to change the future of how we look at content and what we're able to deduce from it. It'll probably protect us in the long run. Essentially what's happening is it's like a number plate for a car. No matter what happens, you can always go back to it. You know how you try and speed and the cops are like, P6142, I got you. Because if you didn't have that, they'd be like, oh, it's a black sedan. So it's sort of the same with content, is that every content thing is given an original ID or number, and every time it's altered, you can see the alterations made as just on any browser, anything you do. So on Facebook, if someone gives you a picture of their dog and it looks like a cat, you can click on the content creation thing and it'll look like what the original photo is with every alteration made. So you could see what the truth is every time. And that's a way to prevent from things being altered, because you can see where the original content is from, and that starts from the camera or from the place you upload it, which means anybody taking pictures on cameras that are endorsed by this will be protected. And if you have people taking pictures on weird cameras that have weird names like maybe those are the people that we should be looking at. Do you get what I'm saying? As long as people abide by this technology and follow it, we are now protected. And as soon as this comes into place, it sort of protects the future. At the moment, I don't know how we're going to get any of these out of circulation. I'm not Jesus. I'm just doing a video. But for the future, that actually helps so much in seeing what is real and what is fake.
Imagine you're scrolling through your social feed. Someone sent you a picture of snowy pyramids and they told you that the scientists found them in Antarctica. And you're like, well, I don't remember that from my 5th grade English class. Let me
It's not that funny. Shut up.
click on this button here and you can take a look for yourself. You can see the original.
If that little button isn't there, then what do I conclude?
You would say, I think this person may be trying to fool me.
What are you doing? You don't have to laugh. Like, this is not Dave Chappelle. This is the dude from Adobe, man. He's right. Essentially, what we're saying is, in the future, if you don't see a certain button, then you know this image may not be truthful or ethical or something. So when we look at things, even videos, the same thing is going to happen.
In the next couple of years, you'll start seeing that special button on photos and videos online.
And that was the last thing I wanted to show you, is that on videos, it will also have content credentials, and it'll say incomplete if something's been tampered with or messed up that you don't know. So what this means for specifically the videos that we've been talking about is you usually use video cameras and things to film, you know. They would have those, and you'd be able to get that information and know what is real and what is deepfake. And hopefully in the next few years, that's a way for us to be safer on the internet, because that is an impending problem for all creators. I think that's probably the best way to do it. I won't keep you here too long. I just wanted to do a short video because I personally, when I saw it, if I knew that special person that I cared about had this happen to them, I don't know what I would do. Like, I would just lose it. And to have it happen to other creators on a platform that I share and that we share, to have it happen in entertainment, you know, it's a large skewered view of like how women have been treated in entertainment for a long time. And I don't know when it's going to get to normal. I don't know when people are going to just think that, okay, we're fully equal and you deserve as much respect as we do, and I'm not going to do this even if my urges feel a certain way. I don't know what it will take for other people to feel that like that, but I can tell you that there's a lot of creators that don't want this to happen, and I feel like if I didn't say my piece, I'd just be part of the group that was like, this is okay. And it's not. It's not. I know it's a small thing, but it leads to bigger things. And if he hadn't been caught, it could have gotten so much worse. So let's try and keep everything safe. Let's appreciate and respect people on the internet and the people who put themselves out there. And hopefully let's keep this a safe place. That's really all I had to say. I don't think I have anything more to say. Thank you so much if you watched this video. I'm sorry that it wasn't like super funny, but I guess I'll leave you with this.
Forehead, that is fucking fire.
Welcome to Paris 47. The show is just about to start.
The show is just about to start, yeah. You're just in time for it.
I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.